is actually the front and back of somebody's phone, but you can see that there's quite a lot of bacteria on that plate. You know, bacteria are part of our normal life. They're not going to harm us, they're not dangerous. You can't be paranoid about bacteria because they're everywhere, but clearly throughout the day you can possibly become exposed to potentially pathogenic bacteria. So we began to question, what about cell phones? How contaminated are those cell phones? So we had 19 people offer up their cell phones to be tested, and we swabbed first the front of the cell phone and we swabbed the back of the cell phone. So we had a total of 38 samples. So when it comes to the laboratory, what we do is we take those swabs, we do a quick little vortexing just to make sure it's an even distribution. So now we're going to inoculate the specimen onto the media, and we use two different types of agar plates. They're actually kind of like food for the bacteria, and for some plates we add different things that are going to help the bacteria grow. So there's 5% sheep blood in there because bacteria like to use that sheep blood to grow. And then we use a sterile plastic needle in order to kind of spread the specimen across that agar surface so we can get isolated colonies. So what will happen now is we'll put these plates into an incubator that simulates the human temperature, which is approximately 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll look at them after 24 hours of incubation, and then we'll look at them again after 48 hours. So what was surprising is of the 19 individuals that allowed us to culture their phones, all but 2 were positive for bacterial growth. The most common bacteria we found would be things that you would find on your hands. So here's an example. Those larger colonies you see are called bacillus, but you can see that there's quite a lot of bacteria on that plate. 2 of our subjects had potentially pathogenic bacteria on their phones. One person had some colonies of Staphylococcus aureus over here. The other person had the strain that we refer to as MRSA. That's certainly not something you would want to get into a wound as it could cause an infection. We know that a lot of people are using these phones in the bathroom, and of those 19 people, about 75% actually said, yeah, I use the phone in the bathroom all the time. 2 of those 75% of individuals did have positive growth for bacteria that we would normally associate with stool or feces. So let's keep in mind that we did just take a snapshot of cell phones that were within one office, but it just kind of supports the fact that maybe cleaning the phone on a regular basis might be a good idea.